Hello and welcome to Candy's Crafty Closet. We are redeeming ourselves at the Soulfreak Market. This is the one that our tent blew away in. So I want to show you my setup really fast. I didn't do any of the setup this morning or anything. I don't have much room on my memory card. We'll see what we get out of this. So here I have my spinner game. We have all my beautiful Mariposa collection. My bookmarks, I just made all of these yesterday. My stickers. All of my beaded pens and keychains. We're having to stick things like down below because it is blowing over, but here are all of our spring things. Get our spring journals out here, the beaded pens and bookmarks. And then here is our spring setup. My bunny will not set up on the top like I want him to, but we've got our journaling sets and our pens and all of our cards. So hopefully it goes well today. As you can see, this market, there's Harrison. This market is full, so full. So since I forgot my big memory card, I'm not going to be able to do a ton, but hopefully it is good this time. There has been some gusts of wind. We are having to lay some stuff down, but hopefully it's good and hopefully we make some money. We've made $11 so far, so I'll take it. Good morning. So I never even finished up that last video. I never recapped from the last market, but we happened to be at another market. But really quickly, I want to recap that last one. So when I left y'all, we had just sat up. We'd been up for a few hours. Of course, I've got my helper with me, and we were laying stuff down because the wind was getting pretty bad. So we ended up putting up a sidewall, and my sidewall has a huge, like 2-foot long rip in it now because the wind was battering it so much. We ended up having to leave an hour and a half early. There was so many vendors at this place, and I did not choose a good location according to the wind because I had to put my sidewall up, and I kind of was like blocked from everyone's view, and I couldn't put anything on the outside of my tent because it was blowing over. So yeah, it wasn't a great market. I made a total of $56. I don't remember the exact things that I sold. I could look it up on my phone really fast. Let me see. So our very first sale, we're not even in frame. Our very first sale was 2 bookmarks, the 2 bookmarks that we had like literally just made. She bought 4 pieces of my new ephemera that I had put out, 4 stickers, and a beaded bookmark. And I don't think I've sold but like 1 of those so far. And then I sold 2 just regular $2 pens and then 2 stickers to the next person. The next person bought a pink pastel pen and a star black rose gold pen. I sold 3 of our new Faith Cross pens, beaded pens. And that was actually our biggest sale of the day, woo. And then we sold 1 more Be the Light pen. I don't know what it was with the pens this day. And then we sold 1 card, the Mariposa gift card, with like a gift card holder. And it was actually for a man, and it was blue, so she went ahead and got it for him. But yeah, we didn't sell very much, and it was all pens mainly, so I don't know. I'm glad I put the pens out, I guess. But today, I'm hoping is so much better. I'm hoping. This is the 2nd or 3rd month that they're doing it for this year. And we are at the Casey Hall here in my local town. So, I don't know, hopefully my locals come out and support us all. And it's good, but I will, I'll show you our setup today once we get in there and we get everything going. But I think I need to move because I see the coordinators behind me setting up cones. So, yeah, give me a minute. All right, we are all set up. This is just a regular tray day event. So let's look at the booth and see what we got. Here's the overview of my booth. We have our Alice in Wonderland, some of our spring collections, and then our big books down here at the bottom. Our spinner wheel that people can try to get a discount on. My husband made that. And my A-frame shelf and my cash wrap. He also made these card display things. Here we have ephemera, some pens, some ribbon journals, stickers, my new Faith collection. Actually, I need to put my bookmarks over here. And all of my Easter cards. I considered putting out my St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day was last weekend. Down here, I just have the do you want to explore more and the about me. I could move that a little bit, make that look a little bit better. Like that maybe. And here I have this table. You can shop on both sides. I have my designer journals, all of my steampunk, my sign I made for my beaded pens, all my beaded pens. Then we have our springy stuff over here with our beaded bookmarks, all of my bookmarks that I just made last week. These are all my faith ones. They all have like a different saying on them that is faith-based. I need to move those over there with the other faith stuff. And then here is greeting cards and our Mariposa collection. Oh, we need to put some tape on that up there. I forgot about that. There is our little setup for today, and there's my helper. So we need a redemption day. We need a good day so very badly. So hopefully it's a good day. I will come and check in with y'all in a couple hours and see how sales are going. So there are about 40 vendors in here. It doesn't look like that many. Definitely not 40 vendors. Maybe it's 40 vendors total. And then there's some vendors outside as well. Alright, we are about to shut down. It wasn't a great day, but we sold a couple of things. I'll do a full recap when we get home. But the booth looks pretty similar to what it did when we started up because, yeah, we didn't sell very much. It was another hot day for pins. I guess it's a good thing that I do pins because I sold mainly pins today. We'll do a recap when we get home. It was another discouraging day, but you know what? We got out here and we exposed ourselves and we made new friends. We definitely made new vendor friends today, so that was very worth it. But yeah, I will see y'all for a recap at home. Well, this market day ended up being a difficult one. This was for my local town's Tray Day, and this one happened on 3/22. I was still very new to markets at this point, and I was still making connections and everything. So even though we only made $73 at this market that we paid $75 to be at, it was still good. And the man that was beside me was so incredibly nice, the other vendor, and I made great friends with him. And I just loved being able to chat with him and everything. And we made, like I said, some really good connections that day. We networked, and so even though we lost money on that event, it was still good. Again, that day we sold a lot of pins and stickers. I don't know what it is, but like some days I don't sell hardly any paper products at all. I sell nothing but my beaded pens, and like I'm not gonna become a beaded pen bar, that's for sure, but I'm very glad that I have my beaded pens. that's for certain. But it just seems like people are just really timid to buy and spend on, you know, like extras, the things that they don't really need this year. And I've asked several times, like, did I choose the wrong year to start my small business? And the other vendors keep telling me like, no, actually you started on a good year, because then you're, you know, all your years from now on, hopefully they'll just trend up, and like, you know, you don't know any different. So it's okay. So I'm just trying to take the positive with it right now. But this was an okay market. Like we said, we learned stuff. Either way, that is the main thing I take away from every single market. Even if we don't make a lot of sales, we make connections, and something special happens at every single market. I didn't write anything special down for this one other than that we were right beside the bathroom, so it was a very good location. It was super slow, and I had a great booth mate enter in his name here because I'm not gonna say it on the internet. But it was great. It was freaking great. If I ever have him at a market again, I'm gonna have to do a vendor spotlight on him. He's so sweet if he allows me to. Every once in a while I do these small business market vlogs. They are usually way far like after they've actually happened, because I always forget to do these updates. If y'all haven't noticed, I'm wearing the same shirt in a couple of them because I'm batch doing them right now, but I'm trying to get better. I hope that y'all come back for the market season that is coming up soon. I'm very excited. We have so many planned already, and I will see y'all in the next one. Probably gonna be a random video very soon. Bye.